Hi, my name is Greg Wilson, and today I will be showing you how to create a force push mechanic. To give you a quick example, I'm going to show you how it works. So here, if I press the button, everything around me gets pushed away. But we also want to do a little bit more than that. Say, for example, you want to do more power over time, a charge. So if I hold the button, over here on the right, the numbers are going up for the push amount and radius, and they push much more than they did before. Alright, now that you've seen that, let's get started. What you'll first need to do in your new level is go to the asset store and download the standard assets for Unity 2017.3. And this will give you a third or first person character, but in this case we're going to be using the first person character. So back here in your scene, you'll need to create a new object to use foreground. And then we'll just stretch that out. Actually, we'll just make that a good 20 by 20. Oh, wrong one. Let's make that one 0.5 and 20. Now we have a base. And we'll also, let's add a material to that just to, because we'll be adding white boxes and all of the white will get confusing. Here's a nice color. There we go. Let's name that ground. And then we'll add some boxes. And I'm just using the hotkeys for control copy, control paste, and then making the new boxes. You can also right click over here and just make a new cube every single time, but that gets tedious after a while. And there we go, we have a nice little tower. And now we'll need to add our third or first person character. So we'll go under the standard assets, characters, first person, prefabs, and the first person controller right here. We'll drag that in. Now right now it's clipping in the ground, so we'll just drag that up. There we go. And if we play, we have our character, but the boxes are floating. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to add rigid body to all of the boxes. There we go. And if we jump on the boxes, we knock them all over, and that's what we want. All right, now we can get started on the script. So we create a new C# script, and we'll call this one force push. So just for my personal preference, I like to get rid of these and then add them back in later when I get to them. So to start, we will make 2 public floats for the push amount and the push radius. This way we can edit them outside of the script. After that, we obviously need a button to push when we want to use this ability. So we'll make a void update. And we will say if input get key down key code, and then whatever key you want to use. Oh, that's wrong. Key code. I'm going to, there we go. I'm going to use F. Do push. But right now it's a little confused to do what to do with do push because we haven't told it what do push does. So we are going to tell it what to do when we do push. So we will create a new private void for do push. So what we want to do first in do push is create an area that around our character where whenever an object with the tag is in that area, they will be affected by the push. Otherwise, it will affect everything or nothing. So we want to make collider. Oh, what's going on? There we go. Collider. Then closed brackets. Colliders equals physics dot overlap sphere, and then inside of the sphere we want to transform position and push radius us. And this will let us know that, or the code know, that when something is in the radius of this, the push radius, then we will do something. Now we're going to tell it what to do inside the push radius. So for each collider that we've stated earlier, so the boxes, pushed object in colliders if we want to say if pushed object has the tag compare tag box in this case, then we want the rigid body pushed body to equal the pushed object get component rigid body. And then what we want is, once it recognizes the object with rigid body, we want to make it blow away. So we're going to say pushed body add explosion force. That has a nice sound to it. And push amount vector 3 dot up push radius. Now let's save this and make sure it works. Save all. Go back to the game. Oh, first we need to go to our first person controller and let's move you out of the way. Come on. There we go. Add component force push, because we need to add the script for it to actually do anything. And for this example, we'll say 1000 for the push amount, and let's go with 10 for the push radius. And when we play our game, the boxes are down, and if we press F, nothing happens. And now I know why. It is because we have not put a tag on any of these boxes for them to be pushed back. So let's add a tag. And I used the tag box, but you can make whatever tag you want, so long as you make sure that the tag in the script matches the tag on the boxes. So we'll go back to the boxes. And we will add the tag box. Now when we play the game, boom, everything gets pushed back, except for this guy for some reason. There we go. Well, there we go. All right, so now we'll add the next part, which is the charge rate. So we'll go back to our script, and we are going to add a few more floats. So first we are going to add another public float for the charge rate. And then underneath the public float for the push amount, we are going to add a new private float for the amount at the start. Before, helps if I spell that right, amount start. So that way we know what to go back to once we finish charging and release. And then we are also going to do the same thing for radius. Private float. Oh. Radius start. Oh, that's the wrong colon there. There we go. And next we are going to add a new private void start. Because we want to be able to recognize what our push amount and radius are at the beginning. Start. Oh, not star, start. And we will say push amount is equal to push amount. Oh, I'm sorry. Amount start. Amount start is equal to push amount. And let's go back up putting colon up there. There we go. And radius start is equal to push radius colon. I know we're at 15 minutes now, but we're almost there. We're so close. So now we're going to go back to the private void. Oh. And we're just going to copy this. Ooh. And put it right up here. But we're going to get rid of the get key down, because key down means that it'll only recognize once, and we want the charge to be continuous. So when we say get key, for this example F, we want the push amount to plus equals, keep adding to the charge, or charge rate. Where's the charge rate? And colon that. And we also want to do the same thing for the push radius. Plus equals charge rate. And then going back down to the other if, we want to change this to up. Once we let go, then it will push. And then finally, once everything is done, we're going to go back to the bottom here after the private void, after everything is updated. We want to reset once we've released the button. And so we're going to say push amount is equal to the amount start. Oh, equal. And the same thing for the push radius is equal to radius start. And once we do that, we save all and go back to our game and test it out. And so if I hold the, oh, actually, oh yeah, that works if I just press it once. Let's go back to the first person controller so we can see down here that the charge is working. So if I hold the F key and let go, that happens. So why isn't it charging? Ah, because I haven't actually put a charge rate. So let's put the charge rate at 2, for example, and go back here. And see, now down at the bottom right, the charge is going up, and when we let go, everything flies away, except for this guy. I think it's because he had all of that weight on him. There we go. And that is my video. Sorry it went a little over, but thank you